Um, Obviously, what you're gonna hear is at this point is just more venting than a testimonial. I'm listening to these childlike individuals, right? They contract these people. I know some target individuals have talked about it. You see people who not the most impressive people involved in it. That's when you know the technology is that sophisticated, and they say things, scripts, right? That is obviously feed into them. I know this childlike individual is not this, you know. And she said something, it's our system because the microsystem, the MTO, is a part of the DARPA, and they work on dark energy. So she's obviously contracted by some entities that's, linked to the DoD, right? Now I know she's just a bottom feeder, and the perps around me have been trying to come up with a reality where there's something else. Obviously, I know what they do. They torture women and children, right? And they're not just like being menacing people. There's just bottom feeders that live next door, and they do these things. And they try to break you down using different manipulation of thoughts that this technology is capable of doing. And they use people who, let's just say, have you ever, if you played video games, right? Or played a game, have you noticed somebody who would enjoy like playing a video game or a something where almost like it's too easy to play and you're gonna win because basically the other control doesn't work or something like that, and you see some people exciting about that, right? They're still like, oh, other people are like, yeah, just that's too easy, like let me. But this the people, the contractor, the people that would like enjoy that moment, like, oh, it's our world. It's like, oh, it's like, listen, this, we win, we're winners. It's like, and then you applying this technology onto us target individuals. And it's kind of frustrating to hear this childlike person who's just like sounding this way, and she's like, I'm noble because I'm gonna frame you. And obviously, this trash is just sent. I mean, it's basically it's a matter of time, right? She's involved in a program that tortured children and women, right? There's nothing noble about what they're part of. Everything they're part of is cowardly, low-lifeness, and disgustingness. Disturbing. Day in and day out, they try to rewire your brain. And they try to be like, oh, we won because we're going to make you think in this way. We passed the way you could think this way in this illogical way because we can play with your brain this way. So we won. It's just illogical, right? Obviously, it takes a brain that is really, truly honest. The brain has to be manipulated to an degree. Like right now, and I'll make a part two of what I made because about this person in the elevator, right? They were trying to like mess with me. It's like I was, right? You hear like noise campaign from construction because they try to box in this BS, right? Reality to them is something they can manipulate, right? And so they think they create these thoughts that really are just played with and manipulated for you to think these ways and condition you to think in that way. Now, it doesn't take much. My brain is no longer mine. They manipulate this technology. This type of technology rewires the brain in so many ways, and you do not think in a logical way anymore. You know this is illogical, but you can help to think this way because these people are manipulating your thoughts. And it's obvious that people around you are trying to orchestrate an environment where you accept these things. It's obvious. They do the pedophilia things. It's obvious they force you to experience perceptions that are more natural. But sometimes you go further as in, oh, you didn't guess that person's age properly. We got you. This is, it becomes just like nonsensical. But it's that. It's basically they know, obviously they know that the thing is about to manipulate you and break you down. But you hear these childlike individuals that come from next door, a true bottom feeder, a childlike individual who I think is the one. I'm not sure she's telling herself, like she was saying something that I feel bad in 10 years. Basically, in 10 years, that's when something's going to happen to her, for her to feel bad, right? And I'm listening to her, it's like, yeah, you are like a kid. You sound like a kid. I don't know how old you are. But 10 years from now, I'm for sure you'll be younger than me. that I am today. So that's not a lot of time for you, right? And I'm like, you're just a low life trash. You know, you sold your soul to pedophiles, and now you're here trying to make me subscribe to this illogicalness. They're trash and bottom feeders who are making me think in these disturbing ways and then try to find ways to validate themselves by using these illogical ways. I mean, this is just nonsense. It's just nonstop and just meant to break you down mentally. Obviously, they know that they are trying to make somebody go crazy with this illogicalness, with this disturbing pedophilia thoughts, with this disturbing stimulations and manipulations. It's just that. It's obvious. And unfortunately, pedophilia is a tool they've used on others to break people down and really try to make you think in these different ways. And so, as they say things like, oh, our system is going to burn you, it's like your system burning children too. Your system is radiating children, 3-week-old babies being radiated. I was listening to this trash saying she used this noise like this our system, like try to be like very quiet and now she just say black girl. As if that's supposed to be like, oh yes, it's me. Of course they can stimulate me when I say that, but I understand that's what they do. And then you hear somebody laugh, okay, keep trying. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep being radiated by a government weapon that's been developed and experimented on civilians, like you are radiating babies. Black babies, white babies, black girls, black boys, white autistic kids, Down syndrome children, 3-week-old babies, 9-year-old babies, like trash. So I'd rather die like this. I'd rather get radiated like them than be in a program like you, where I have the black girls. I'm glad they use trash like them and try to make somebody subscribe to these things, and they be in a program that torture children. Then you die. I know I totally see them for what they are. I've been able to separate certain things. Like, okay, you are here to agitate me, to torment me, to break me down. Yes. But you're just a bottom feeder. I know who put me in this program. You're just the trash that these entities contract to do these horrible things to people. You most likely will continue to do that to somebody else, including black girls, which is supposed to stimulate me and give me some nasty things. And like, oh, we'll cut you, right? This is including women, where they're gonna also do the pedophilia type of torture and try to cut them. Whatever scriptive things they're gonna say to them. And then you're gonna die. Now, this death that they don't know what is coming their way, that is the most interesting part of this. That is really truly the magical part of this. Because they know everything about my death, right? And they try to use the different tone, and then you're gonna die. This person saying that convincing me. He doesn't want to look at me. Because he look at me, he's like, then you're gonna die. Oh, the death is not, it's foreign to you, huh? Oh, you don't think you're gonna die? You're gonna die. And the best part about these things is, as much as they know the horrible things are gonna happen to me and then die, they have no idea about their death. That is what is so amazing about this. Is it gonna be cancer, colon cancer, liver cancer, like wait, brain cancer? What's gonna kill you? What? Take a guess. You see, that's the magical part about this thing. These people know my death, tortured, and everything's gonna happen to me. They don't know what is gonna happen to them. They don't know what chemo, if they're gonna need chemo. They don't know how they're gonna die. They don't know what's gonna. They don't know if they're gonna be shot, stabbed, get into car accidents. They don't know if something horrible is gonna happen to them. So some trash will say giving herself 10 years. But this death is dignified. I gotta say, it's horrible to experience these pains, and I can feel my body just literally drying off. But I seen the face of a woman, her whole face peeled, red, disgusting, because they do this thing to women in these nasty ways. These cowards. They try to agitate me. Somebody opens the doors like, oh, our face. You see who's talking? The weakest human you can even imagine. This is the person. Imagine a weak, and on top of that, you have guess what apartment? Of course. Traumatized individuals. This is an honorable death. However, I'm going to pain. I'm going to, like, just God give me the strength for this theater. But this, the magical aspect of them not knowing how they're going to die, and talking about all the different torture I'm going to experience and then die. And these people could actually die before me, which have happened. It's just the magic of it all.